Hey guys, Midget here and welcome to another episode of my Derby career mode. Here we go straight into the game against Blackburn, and I fancied my chances with this team, because I didn't put in the best team. For my standards that's a pretty average team, not one of the best, not one of the worst teams by far. But Blackburn being not one of the best sides in the league, I thought, we can afford to put a team like that in. Yeah, supposing that we're already pretty much going in, I guess that just makes it better. But in the third minute, right, we get a free kick, and I was like, okay, I scored one of these. And I just scroll here through my players who can take the best free kick, and I just see that I think it's Jacobs has the best free kick accuracy, so I let him take it, and he almost scores. It's great save from Keane. And the next chance basically comes to us, but it gets started off by Blackburn losing the ball here. They kick it out, and I think this is Forsyth catches the ball and passes it over to Buxton, sorry. Buxton passes it through to Bailey, Bailey through to Cuts, and great ball from Cuts to Russell. I thought I was going to get it for a second, but the keeper just makes 1 yard of space and he catches it. I was like, oh damn it, I could have got there. But then in the 36th minute, we come again, and Russell shoots, and it just gets blocked by Keane, who is this weird keeper. He's supposedly not that good, but he gets all the good saves. I just don't understand how that can happen. He's not that good of a keeper, but he gets all the good saves. I'm like, what? Even Grant doesn't have those good saves, but here, that black bar, by the way, is to hit and hide my information, like my controller basically thingies disconnects, so it will say like your name. Let's say it's Gaming Mad, and on the stream, sorry, to hide that information so nobody spams you, just in case. It will hide that information, so that's why that happened. And in the 62nd minute, Eustace almost drives one in, but it gets saved by Keane. And then we go on to the next bit of the game. After this, Forsyth just... I was running out of ideas, I really was. And until Russell came in, I was like, okay, I'm going to score this. But Keane again makes an absolute outstanding save. I couldn't believe it, I was just like, how? And then in the 75th minute, Blackburn have one of their best chances, Ruben Ranocchia, just troubling Legends for a second, but not that much. And we go into the 84th minute, so it looks like it's going to be a 0-0 draw until Atuhu, the only player I can remember from this team, apart from Dan, scores. So he's an absolute Blackburn legend, and he scores such a great goal. But that wasn't the end of Derby County, Look at this. 1 minute later, straight from kickoff, Russell feeds the ball to Martin, and Martin volleys it home. It was a weird volley, but it looked very nice, I was very happy with that goal. And obviously the Blackburn defenders weren't, so I don't really give much about that, but the most important is the goal. And sorry about that HP support assistant, I've got rid of it right now. And then straight from kickoff again, I pass it through to Bailey, who just dances around the defenders, shoots, like we see there, gets saved by Keane, no surprise, and Russell just puts a very weak shot past Keane, and I don't understand why he just didn't go for it, It went about like 1 mile per hour, for God's sake, all he had to do was just run an extra yard and just kick it out, or just dive for it. Look, but he stopped. As you see here, in a second, here, look at him. He could have just stopped, but he just looked at the ball go past, but I guess he might have just, yeah, he might have felt bad for us and just let that goal in. But we really deserved the win there, so I was happy to take all 3 points home. Craig, what's his name? Forsyth declines an offer, and we decline a managerial offer from Finland because I'm waiting for a different country, one that's pretty unique, I guess, in what's it called, the career mode world, I guess. I always keep saying I guess, but now we're going to head off into the game against Leeds, and Leeds are surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, doing well this season, because they got the 3rd top scorer in our league, after Martin and Russell. They have Ross McCormack, who is a very decent, or in real life as well as in the game, he's very decent, but surprisingly, he's not even starting. It's El Hadj Diouf and Varney, which, El Hadj Diouf can be an absolute boss at times when he wants to be, and he can be an absolute utter scumbag when he wants to be, I've seen all his clips of him being nasty, and I've seen some of him fair play, so I don't know, but Martin does an absolute ferocious ball into Ings, and his shot is just does as well, but you know, Manetti, great save. And in the 6th minute, Austin almost does the same to Diouf, but we just managed to keep it out, or let's say Legends manages to keep it out. But in the I think it's 19th minute, Manetti just does absolutely horrendous what's it called, clearance, and then Ings manages to find Russell, and what's Russell gonna do? He's gonna finesse it home, and this the black thing comes up again here, and that's to hide my identity again, but it's not me, it's, you know, PSN, and you know, you can add me, it's just my name's really long and weird, it's Midget Triton with loads of X's, so I'm not really hiding my name or anything, I'm just saying, basically, and so that's 1-0, you saw the replay again, and we got almost 2-0 up here through Ward, but unluckily, he just gets saved, and then I put in a great ball from Martin to Ings, and Ings, just when you think he's going to run out, he puts an absolute peach of a ball in for Martin. I don't know how he got that in, Martin, but I was delighted to have that goal, because now Martin's on around, I don't know, 27, 28 at this point, and I was like, okay, let's get Martin to 30 in his first season for the club. Oh, what a signing he was. I didn't bring him myself, you know, if I had to bring him in myself, I wouldn't even know who he is, so thank goodness it happened. And you know how I normally score like 2 a game? Look at the shots on target, look, 5 in 5, I was really proud of myself having 2 shots in the first, well, 2 goals in the first half. And Warnock has a surprisingly good run. Barker tries to tackle him, but he doesn't really work it out, and so does Wisdom. He tries to tackle him twice, but he keeps on the ball. He gets past Wisdom with I forgot what it's called, drag back. No, not really. It might be. And Diouf, like, just shows how good he is. You know, that was just. It was just a weird shot, you know. It wasn't that strong. It was like sort of a chip, sort of a finesse. I just call it finesse. And I'm not cutting out anything from this bit, because we go straight on the attack from that chance, well, from that goal from El Hadj Diouf. And Ings finds some space. He runs straight through that space. He finds a low ball through to Ward, who puts it in the net. And I couldn't believe my luck. I was like, really? Really? I was just like, thank goodness that happened, because I wouldn't, you know, I was so dominant in this game. I just wouldn't take a 2-1, because that's so common, you know, with me. But thank goodness we scored 2, or 3, I guess, because it's really just an ease, you know, having that 2-goal cushion. And then Ben Davies takes a corner that was pretty close, and I was like, oh, he's 32, he wants to leave the club because I don't give him enough game time, and he almost scores. I was like, maybe I'll keep him, maybe I'll offer him a new contract, but I don't think I will. He's just pretty boring player. But now we go into the game against Yeovil in a second, you know. We do have all the press conference, and Caldalo says he's not getting the role he thinks he should have. So I put him in the team against Yeovil, since it's a very unimportant game, and I was choosing between Ings and Martin, but then I decided to put Ball in for fitness reasons, and you'll see what happens. You know, I skipped this whole game, but look who the scorer is. It's Ball. So thank goodness I put Ball in, not Martin. Maybe they would have scored more, but thank goodness I put Ball in, you know, because at least he got me the win here. And now we're going into our game against our arch rivals Nottingham. I can remember what happened before, and hopefully it's going to happen again, you know. I know it's not going to be that easy, since, you know, we're on 99 points at this time, and I was like, can I get 100 against my arch rivals? That was going to be absolute sensational if I could. And just to prove it, I'm on 99 points there, and Nottingham, I'm going to put in a very good game, since you know, it's a derby. And I'm kind of proud that I weakened their side by getting the first class goalkeeper. Now they've got what I call the fries, you know, if you say it, well, maybe with an accent, or how you properly say it, it doesn't sound like the fries, but I call them De Vries, or De Vries, so it sounds like a gangster way of saying the fries. And I put Lee Grant in this game, since, you know, Legends isn't going to be with us much longer unless he stays after I win the league, if I win the league, of course. But it does look like I'm going to win the league now, so I'm not going to lie with you guys, to you guys I should say. But Nottingham looked like the better team from the first, you know, 5 minutes, but I slowly started taking the the front seat until this happened. Like, how can you miss a sitter like that, Russell? You know that I'm very bad at scoring goals, and you miss an absolute sitter. And look at this, great play from Martin and Ward, and he does the exact same like 3 minutes later, and it was about to drive me crazy until the 40th minute. Martin puts in a great ball for Russell, and it gets saved. So we have a corner, and I was like, okay, I don't really score often from corners, so I'm not really happy about this. But it gets hit out by Cohen, and look at this strike from Barker. I was screaming. I was like, "Ow!" And so was Gaming Mad. Big shout out to Stephen Wilson, Gaming Mad, that participated in my stream. He's a really cool dude. He comments on my YouTube videos a lot, so give him a. Just talk to him a bit. He's a really nice lad, and yeah, so that's basically it. And so again, shout out to you, Stephen Wilson. And just to show you guys here that I didn't use sliders for that shot, because some of you may be thinking, oh, he's using sliders, well, it's not that great goal. But I wasn't using sliders. I was like so happy about that goal from Sean Barker, and you can see how far it is by that little green dot on the right there. We was pretty much dominating this game, and Russell steals the ball off the Nottingham defender, and the Fries basically saves it, but the player runs it out, and it wasn't necessary for that from the captain. But what's better than one goal? 2 goals. That's how Sean Barker says. That's what Sean Barker says, I should say. And he just shows everybody how it's done. He hasn't scored in the whole series until this game, and he scores 2 against his arch rivals, and he also scores a wonder goal. I just couldn't take it all in, and here Ings almost triples our lead, but it gets brilliantly saved by the Fries, and almost again it gets saved, but it goes to Hughes, who passes it through to Barison, and then it gets saved by the Fries. And to top it all off, Nottingham on the chance as usual, but they absolutely screw it up. So that's basically how the game ends. It ends 2-0. As you'll see here, I couldn't be bothered editing any more chances because there was basically none. And Barker wins us that game, so thank you, Barker, thank you, captain. I really needed your wisdom and experience in that game, so thank you. And I just put his goal in here just in case I couldn't, I skipped that bit out of the recording just in case, because I paused a bit. But now we do everything, and so this is Midget, and I'm going to see you guys next time.